I want to talk to you guys about our smoked onion hot sauce. So our Maplewood smoked onion hot sauce, it is our most popular hot sauce. We started making this back in 2016. It actually started its life as Feel the Burn. It was a Bernie Sanders hot sauce. Bernie is our senator. When he ran for president, Vermonters support Vermonters. So we wanted to donate money to his campaign. So for every Feel the Burn hot sauce we sold, we donated a couple dollars to his campaign from our personal stash for personal finances because Bernie Sanders doesn't take corporate donations. When that campaign ended, we realized we loved the sauce and we wanted to keep making it. Customers kept asking us for it. We're like, crap, okay, let's add this to the lineup. And we've been making it ever since. It was on season 7 of Hot Ones. That kind of catapulted it into everybody's knowledge, and it's just been our bestseller ever since. Hasn't slowed down. Even if somebody hasn't even heard of Hot Ones or any of that, they would just pick it up in their store. It just does really, really well. So this is my favorite sauce. If I only had to eat one hot sauce for the rest of my life, this would be it. It is super versatile. I love putting it on kind of everything, which I know sounds like such a cop-out, but I kind of do. I have a lot of hot sauce in my fridge, my own and other people's, and this is the one I keep reaching for, and it's the one that we finish the bottle, and then I go to work and I go get another one and keep eating it. So let's taste some sauce. Okay, so immediately on the nose, I smell red jalapeno. I adore red jalapeno. It's my favorite chili pepper. And it's got this red jalapeno has a nice balance, a nice juiciness, a nice sweetness, a nice maturity. I mean, most people are familiar with the green jalapeno, which is a tasty pepper for sure. But all the like bitterness and the grassiness of a green jalapeno just melts away with the red mature jalapeno. I just love that. Of course, I'm smelling the smoke in here too. So we use Maplewood, like in the name, and it's maple. If you're not familiar with Maplewood, it is kind of like an applewood. It's a lighter smoke. This is not mesquite. This is not hickory. I don't like those smokes. They're too strong. They overwhelm the flavors of the ingredients that I'm smoking. I want to complement and support those flavors, not kill them and overwhelm them. So we use Maplewood. It's kind of like applewood, but it's got that like caramelly, nutty note that maple syrup has in the wood. And so it just lends itself so well to smoking onions, peppers, any of that. Smoking meat, we don't smoke meat in our smoker at work, but I've got a smoker at home, and I smoke meat in there. Smoke, meatloaf and stuff like that, and sausages, and that's so great. Love Maplewood smoke. So can smell that too. Okay, so we're going to taste it. I'm going to pour it on my spoon here. Well, get my spoon here. It's got a nice pour. So we recently started using a mill. We didn't used to mill our sauces. We used to just blend them. And part of it, we'd get a lot of requests to mill our sauces, or, people would say that they don't like the skins and the stem. Not the stem, sorry. The skins and the seeds that we used to have in there. And my feeling on it is I like tasting the whole pepper. I feel like there's a lot of flavor in those ingredients. And when you take them out, you're missing something. We found this really great mill that removes a lot of the bits, but really works through. Like it really pushes everything through really well. So we still retain a lot of that flesh. We're not losing that flesh. So it really still tastes like the peppers that are in here. And that's really important to me. And then the sauce also has a really nice body because of the onions. Onions are like the best thickener. They're really just the ultimate thickener. Okay, so let's taste the sauce. So right up front, there's a lot of umami. A lot of people will say it's tomato. They'll be like, oh, that's a nice tomatoey sauce. There's no tomatoes in here. That umami comes from the smoke. It comes from the jalapenos. It comes from the onions. Just a really nice umami right up front. Right after that, you've got the jalapenos. So that juiciness, that sweetness, that rich red jalapeno flavor. After that, you get the smokiness. The smokiness comes out in after the jalapeno because, like I said, not too strong of a smoke. It doesn't just like hit you over the head right at the beginning. So smoke comes in, and then the onion flavor really supports that smokiness and kind of lifts it up. So the onions we use in here are, and use in most of our products, are called Walla Wallas. They're a really sweet onion. They're not a storage onion. If you leave them out, if you leave them in a basket on the counter, they're just going to rot and attract flies. So we don't do that. We get them in the summer. As soon as we get them, we clean them off, we stick them in the freezer, and we use them the rest of the year. Walla Walla onions are just like, they're so sweet. They're like the honey crisp of onions, and they're huge. So Walla Walla onion might be like this big, which from a prepping standpoint is amazing. When we get them really early in the season too, they haven't developed any sort of skin on the outside, so we get these huge onions, no skin on them, and we just basically like wash them off and stick them in the freezer and they're ready to go. And I love that from a prep standpoint. It makes our life so much easier. We prep a lot of vegetables in our kitchen, and anything that makes it easier is better. So these Walla Walla onions are super sweet. So when they're in our smoker, they actually juice out. They're really juicy. We have a lot of water in Vermont, so they let out all that juice, and that juice like caramelizes, like on the inside of our smoker. It also caramelizes on in the onions as well. But we actually have to like clean out our smoker because of all the caramelized juice that happens on the outside. And then it juices out, and we actually keep a lot of the smoked onion juice at the bottom, and we use it in some of our other products, which is really cool. It's kind of like a liquid smoke, but it's like just onions, which is awesome. And I love Walla Walla onions. They're just spectacular. It's so easy to think that an onion is just an onion, and it's just not. Like, a different onion just changes the flavor of your dish so much. And a really good, locally grown onion, maybe it doesn't even have to be locally grown, but a really good onion grown in good soil is going to have so much more flavor than your just standard commodity your standard commodity onion grown in whatever soil can, help bring that onion to market the fastest. I'm going to talk a lot. I could talk on forever about our onions and peppers because they're so good. And the sauce has so few ingredients in it. It's jalapenos, it's white vinegar, it's onions, and it's salt. And that's it. 4 ingredients in this. And it's got so much flavor. It's got all these layers. So we've got the umami right up front. Then you've got the jalapeno, the red jalapeno. Then after that, you got the smoke, and it's supported by the onions. And then the heat comes in at the end. And one thing I like about a jalapeno heat is it's not a crazy builder. So if you have like a ghost pepper, you're like, oh, that's good. Oh, that's hotter. Oh, that's, and it gets bigger. And then, if you keep eating it, you're like, God, what did I do to myself? But a jalapeno is just like, just enjoy me. Just enjoy this level of heat. You don't have to go too crazy. You're just gonna taste it, and you're just gonna enjoy it. And then you can have another bite, and then you can have another bite, and then you can keep enjoying the flavor and not just like drown out all your future bites. And so I love myself the red jalapeno, and I love myself this sauce. This is my favorite sauce. Maybe it'll be yours. Maybe it already is. What do you like to put it on? How do you like to have your smoked onion hot sauce? If you haven't tried it, I highly suggest it. It's so yummy.